Doctor, it's like I'm S A Anand and I'm a celebrity coach. I love to be energetic. I want to, get the attention of the people. I want people to love me. I want people to clap for me. Please clap for me, sir. Thank you. So, very clap, no problem. So, the most important thing is that if I want to create that particular thing, I want more energy. So, what will be the one advice which will you give it to me that Mr. Anand, you should do this thing. Sorry to call Mr. Anand. Anand, you should do something that will right now totally enhance the power of your, biochemical functioning, the nerve energy, and etc., what you call in the technical term. So what will be the one advice you will give it to me that will totally transform me now, and I will talk to the people and they will respond to me like, wow. Right, sir? Yeah, so tell me, sir.
So let me share with you that basically I'm being a cancer specialist for the last almost 40 years.
Can you take the mic a little closer?
Basically being a cancer specialist for the last almost 40 years by now. What we are seeing is all cancer patients or suspected to be cancer patients.
Okay.
When they come to us, by and large, there is a fear written on their face. As if there have been some death sentence has been given to them. So they are all very apprehensive, lot of drained out energy, not only just the patient, the family as a whole is very much disturbed. And that particular moment you have to give attention as if when they come to and talk to you, you have to show them that as if we are equally concerned for you.
Correct.
You have to listen to them patiently, give a hand on their shoulder, give a pat on their back, talk to them with a very soothing, pleasant smile. Should not be a sarcastic kind of smile. You have to reassure them, look, we are there, there for you, don't worry. Because I know that their being apprehensive is not going to help them at all. Rather, it will create more stress, secrete more steroids, and which will further affect their immunity and affect the results of treatment. And I've seen many of the patients who are very jovial in nature and very positive in nature, even if they come in late stage, they do very well. And many of the patients who are otherwise early in stage, but they are very apprehensive, they'll bring all the kinds of recommendations and letters from here and there and not generating that kind of trust. Many of them, even early stage, they do poorly. This is the advice which I always try to give them, that we are there for you, don't worry, have trust. And in fact, if you don't want to have trust on me, on whomsoever you are having a trust, have full trust in that and take the advice and don't get frittered here or there from Panwala and all these kinds of people who keep misguiding you, from neighbors who are giving you one patient example that I saw this patient, he was treated and cured.
Correct.
But we are talking of thousands of patients of experience which you have, personal experience, experience of literature. So basically you have to listen to the patient, give them positivity, give them, okay, have to be positive. This is something which all depends upon your own attitude. We are there to give the treatment, but more important than our treatment is your own attitude.
Would you mind if I politely interrupt?
Yes.
Yeah, if I want to live 100 years, 120 years, I'm excited. I just really want to live 100 years. Yes, sir.
Yes, living 100 years is all in our hands.
It's all so
in our hands.
So what will be the...
It has to be a positive attitude, good lifestyle, shun away from the bad habits which most of us have imbibed because of ignorance or maybe with some kind of influence from a celebrity.
Natural kind of...
Yes, and that's why we are also trying to integrate yoga, meditation and the Ayurveda, Siddha, Unani as part of the overall treatment. I know as on date, they do not have a definite cure for cancer, most of these indigenous modalities. But they do have something which can add a positivity to the patient. Okay. Maybe which can somehow reduce the side effects of the treatment. The homeopaths are coming to us, yoga people are coming to us. And the researches have been going on worldwide where it is seen. If the patients remain calm and quiet, somehow by your counseling or through these kind of added measures, generally they'll perform better than compared to those who remain apprehensive during the course of treatment. Okay. So that reassurance to the patient and to the family, you have to not only counsel the patient but to the family also, because they all try to get lured by some miracle done here or there by single case example, which is not actually true. So it has to be okay, we know it when in stage 1 we can cure 90%. In stage 4, we can cure just 10%. But the problem is when the patients are coming to us now, we do not know the stage 1 patient whether it's going to fall into 10% group or 90% group.
Okay.
We are going to do the same for all.
Gotcha.
So a lot of things depend upon the patient's own positivity and some of the biological factors which are intrinsic to the cell, on the basis of which we are now doing a lot of R&D to go at the genetics level to be target specific personalized treatment or targeted treatment in many of these patients, because ultimate aim would be 100% cure, which as on date doesn't seem to be reality, but maybe in another 10 years we might be as simple as like treating a headache. And some of the cancers, yes, some of the medicines are available now, like chronic myeloid leukemia, which couple of years before, it used to be just life of 2 to 3 years. And now we just one single tablet, like diabetes, hypertension, you take just one tablet a day. And we have seen patients living for more than 10 years, and hopefully they'll continue to live another few years. Some things can be prevented also. So these are things which we must take precaution. A regular health checkup is not a part of our life, which must be there, because many of the ailments which are hidden inside them we are ignoring, or we are not getting aware of it. If you can get it diagnosed early, maybe these things can be rectified when they're still in the beginning stage. And many of the cancers are like that. Like one of the cancers is cervical cancer, which takes 10 to 15 years to develop. And we just need a one pap smear once in 2 years, 3 years if that's normal. And that probably we can diagnose a patient when still not formed a cancer with a simple treatment and can be cured. Breast cancer, which is a cancer which are commonly seen in ladies, not the number one cancer in ladies is breast cancer in our country. Simple mammography once in 2 years after 40 and once in a year after 50. Probably we can pick up a disease when it's still just 1 centimeter, half a centimeter, where the patient can be cured with a simple surgery and maybe a little additional treatment, which unfortunately many of the patients come to us in a late stage, and when we feel now it's probably incurable, surgery is not possible, maybe palliative radiation, palliative chemotherapy, that kind of a thing. So if we are doing that kind of health, we take a car for servicing at every fixed interval, whether 5,000 km, 10,000 km, we do not take our body for service to a doctor. We are always scared that probably something will be diagnosed if we go to a doctor. But if something is diagnosed, it's good for you because it's being diagnosed at that stage when probably it's still treatable, curable. In fact, the best time for going to a doctor is when you actually don't need a doctor. So go to him when you're probably not suffering from anything, and take him as consider him as your best friend, and he'll give you the right advice. And these are some of the things like bad habits. Tobacco is totally useless. Is you spend money and buy disease. I don't know why people do smoke and why the government is not putting a ban on it. And similarly, many of the dietary habits of exercise, so many things are there which we can control with our own habits, with our own lifestyle.
How should we start in the morning? Like when I wake up in the morning, what should I do at the night so I should feel totally charged when I get up in the morning, you know? Because the problem happens when I am not charged in the morning, the whole day goes, you know,
yeah, every day is new beginning. So you have to take every day as a new day and forget what happened past yesterday. Okay. We have to start afresh, and you don't need to carry what bothered you yesterday to today's. And future is certainly uncertain.
And so what kind of breakfast should I take if I have to? You want to live 100 years? Do you want to live 100 years?
I think all of us.
No. Wow. Fantastic. If I want to live 100 years, so what should be the breakfast early morning when I wake up? What should be what should I take so my bloodstream, my my immune system, my cardiovascular system?
Look, what we had as an Indian diet was the best diet in the world. Indian diet is the best diet in the world, which is rich in fiber, the fresh fruits, milk and all. What gradually we are switching over is to the Western diet. And Western diet is not good for health. Okay. In the Indian diet, and whatever the Indian diet is, they take fresh fruit and mix up everything.
So which should we start with the fruits in the morning?
Fruits, and then you can have paratha or with milk or yogurt and some fruits. Okay.